Welcome to the Power Lunch Podcast, your midday dose of boldness, brilliance, and a little bit of badassery. I'm Amy Sousa, here with my powerhouse co-hosts, Tracie Munce and Lisa Carmichael, and we're coming in hot to shake things up. Each week, we dish out bite-sized, high-impact conversations on business, health, purpose, wealth, and the wild, beautiful chaos in between. Whether you're building your dream, rebooting your story, or just catching your breath, this is your space to get grounded, inspired, and reignited. This isn't just another podcast, it's your power move. Let's go.
I know, I'm eating. Fuck.
There was a lot of reading.
That's a big introduction. I was just thinking that I can't introduce myself that way, the way you guys are doing it.
We'll let Tracie do it this time.
All right, we're starting. Welcome back to the show. Today we're joined by someone whose presence is equal part power and peace. Aeronica Singh is not just a yoga teacher, she's a guide for high-achieving women who are ready to stop surviving and start thriving. A product owner and a modern-day wellness disruptor, Aero bridges the ancient wisdom of yoga with the realities of modern life. Her work goes beyond the mat to explore how breath, movement, and mindset shape our resilience, health, and success. She speaks truthfully and boldly to women who are building careers, businesses, and legacies. Women who give so much to the world but often forget to give to themselves. Through humor, you're super funny, honesty, and fearless conversation, live well and lead fully. Today we're diving into the myths of productivity, the power of breath, which we talk a lot on this podcast about, and how ancient tools can help us create a more vibrant, present, and grounded life. Get ready for this conversation. I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you. So my first question, or our first question is, our first question is not that. You didn't start teaching yoga. You made it relatable for people with deadlines, families, and full calendars, which Amy has one. Mm-hmm. What was your intention when you began to start yoga, when you began to start sharing yoga with other people? When did it start? Tell us a little bit about you.
I love that question. That's like jumping right into the core of...
We only have 20 minutes, so we jump really fast.
Okay.
So go deep.
Okay. So actually I grew up doing yoga throughout my life, and because I spent like almost 26 years back in India, and it was introduced to me by my mom, and it was really jarring how people feel about yoga. It was directly like that, because like I hated getting up in the morning, but I didn't know what it was actually doing to my mind, to my body, because it came back whole circle as I grew old. And just like when the pandemic hit, everybody was like going through a toll of mental health. That's when yoga came back to my life. And because I was doing everything that one is capable of, I already studied, I had my MBA degree, I was working, I was earning well, I had my first car, I was living with my husband, I have like you name it, and like things that I have dreamt of that have already with me. But there was something that was missing. There was a void that I didn't know how it even came in my life, and like everything, but there was a part that was missing. And that's when I started turning inwards again, and the yoga came back to my life. That's when I started bridging the gap between like, why am I not feeling the way like the happiness should feel. Like I've dreamt of things, I got them, but still there is something missing. Why was that happening? That's when like I started with the movement. That's like what we do here, that like we start with asana practice, but one breath at a time. I was able to get deeper into the wounds that I had, and like that exploded the emotion that let me like heal things that I didn't even know existed, because we just keep on going through life. We don't even know that we are carrying so much baggage. It helped me unpack my baggage and just start dropping things that I don't even need to carry. A friendship that broke few years ago, who gives a shit about that, to be honest? But it keeps on coming back in my mind, and like my subconscious our conscious mind might not be telling us that, but our subconscious mind is definitely telling us some story when we are sleeping, when we are sitting idle. That's when like this journey started, and I was like, if I am feeling it, how many women out there or how many people out there are also feeling this? But when I went out and start searching for yoga that I used to do, I didn't find things like that, because it's more about workout. And then I was like, there is a market gap right here. And my analytical mind started playing that game. It's like, if there is a market gap, we can definitely create something, we can definitely bring something on the table that people might be interested in. And hence the journey to teach start. Earlier it was just that I was a student, and I'm a lifelong student, but then the journey of how I'm going to give it back to people and make it accessible to people who wants to start their journey, actually.
Do you think the journey starts with yoga, with breath, with mindfulness? I mean, where would you say right now, if someone was sitting in front of you that's overwhelmed, overworked, what would you say the first step is?
I think so. It started with the suffering and identification of suffering, that like I am feeling this way, till that, because that's the first step. Until you know that you need something, that you are looking for something, how will you start looking for it? So I felt that there is a need. I felt that I need solution for the situation that I am in, which like for the longest time I didn't even know that could occur. If the life wouldn't have occurred the way it occurred, and I wouldn't be alone, away from my parents, all alone in this like third world, like which is like 26 hours away from my hometown, like I don't think so I would have been done that. I would have been very comfortable in my home and be eating my mom's hand food and doing things, because that's what I grew up doing. It's when I got that much of time, I found that, oh, there is a loneliness there, or there is a void there that needs to be filled in some way or form. And that's what opened a core. That's what like helped me explore things that were inside me.
I love that when you say lifelong journey, it literally has been lifelong. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that your mom got you started. Your mom was the person that got you started. Absolutely. In yoga. One word that caught my attention when we were talking is that word should. Mm-hmm. And how does should fit into your vocabulary as someone who's making changes in this business that you're running right now?
That's a great question. I try to challenge my shoulds, to be honest, because there are so many things that we have been taught throughout our life, and I know that should come. That's the subconscious mind playing right there. Like you caught that because you are listening to me. I might not catch that because I'm speaking, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So whenever I'm right, that comes in my journaling. Wherever I see there is a should, I question that should. Is that a should, or is that like it could be, or it could be not? Like should have, would have is the problem that that we want to stay away from, because those are the things that we carry with us most of the time. Is like,
and I think that's common. Mm-hmm. That's very common in us as women. That's one of the challenge that we're seeing. And I love how like this ancient wisdom is actually a solution. Mm-hmm.
One of the things that yoga tells you that is different from our modern life yoga and the traditional yoga is you are going to introspect your thoughts, introspect everything that you are doing, because it's a pattern that like you are going to identify your own patterns. If you know that you are suffering from your patterns, then you are going to start questioning them, and then you can change them. It's the same circle. Like we keep on going into circles. Like if when we are angry, it's the same thought that keeps on occurring in our mind, and we get stuck in that loop. It's the process of knowing when to come out of that loop. So you practice throughout, you do your daily practice, so that when you actually get into those situations, how can you bounce back, how can you take out that tangent from that circle so that you get back onto your track. You know where you're like, you can see your goal, where your journey is. And to me, it's always a peace. I want my mind to be on peace, and I I cut off everything around my life, whatever is not giving me peace. I'm very selfish in that regard, and I think so everybody should be.
There's a couple of things that I just want to share that I was like, I'm like so in tune with you.
I know I'm in awe right now.
First off, yeah, right. First off, your journaling practice. I think so often women will not do a journaling practice because they don't know how to do it, or it feels overwhelming, or I'm not a writer, all this. But one of the things that you said that was how I journal now, and I really appreciate it, is you write, and when you see should in your journal, then you know to question that. Now, the only way you can do that is to write from a place of a mind dump versus a place of curating a journal entry, right? So using your journal as an extension of what's going on in your head or what you would normally speak, an extension of what's going on in your head or what you would normally speak. So that way then it's on paper. And then at that point, it doesn't have power as it does in the mind. In
Absolutely.
the mind, it rotates, right? And it doesn't stop until something is done, whether it's inaction, action, or, you know, for me, it's usually beating myself up. So once I put it onto paper, I mean, I'm so literal when I write. I'll even write, I'm sitting here right now wondering why I'm writing in this, right?
Been there.
So that way it's out of my head. Whatever's in my head goes into my pen and it goes onto the paper. So I appreciate that. The second thing that I really liked what you said is practice. That yoga is a practice so that you can utilize the skill, the tools that you learned in your practice in real life. Often I find myself and again, disliking yoga because I can't do it. Can't do it like the teacher says to do it on the mat. To begin with. Get on the mat. That's your first practice.
That's like, give yourself that 1 hour of like undisrupted, like keep your phone away. And that happens like so many times. I'll be teaching and people are still like looking at their phone. I'm like, if you are in that much of hurry and if your brain is out there, you better should be out there and not be inside. If you can give yourself that 1 hour, or even if that is 30 minutes, that what you can commit to, be present. That's what our like modern life problem is right now, right? Like we want to be everywhere at every moment, and we end up not being anywhere, to be honest. I'm talking to you here, but if my mind is there, am I doing justice to you? Like what's the point of that conversation if I'm blanking out? And like that for women, that comes in different way as well. Like brain fog is real for us, right? Like as the hormones change, that is real. So like practices like this, or I'm not just saying like it should be just yoga, anything that connects your mind and body. Tai Chi is there. There are Tai Chi is there. There are several Chinese practices that are very famous, and people do that. Whatever like works for you. Dancing is again amazing. Like if you are like that, oh, I cannot do one breath at a moment, dance out your heart. Like give yourself that 30 minutes, but like be mindful that you are making sure that you are consistent in that 30-minute dancing. Like dance your heart out loud, and then like you'll be like, oh wow, that felt good, you know. Choose your poison.
Well, immediately I started thinking about when you get into your body, you get out of your mind.
That's absolutely true, because like else, like what is happening? Thoughts are right here. They are intangible, right? Like, and like they keeps on rotating there. It's like water in a lake, but your thoughts are like ripple in that water. They'll keep on going. They keep on coming. There is no beginning. There is no end, but they keep on beginning. There is no end, but they keep on. They just stay there till the time you take the awareness from your mind and like what's going on in my mind, and you start moving your body with a breath. You create more space. You create like a space for yourself to let your thoughts be and not be irritated by those thoughts. Because what happens when we are in our thoughts is like, why the heck am I thinking about this? I don't even want to think. Can we ever stop thinking about the thing that we don't want to think about? No, that does not happen.
So Aeronica, for someone who's never taken a class with you before, what makes Flow with Aero different than an ordinary yoga class?
I tried teaching like whatever class. That's a great question, first of all, because like that's why Flow with Aero like came into place. That's how it originated, because I didn't find people teaching yoga, it was they were teaching a flow. Like flow can only come when you already know the basics. I feel like the gap was in the basic, how to even move. The goal is to breathe in each posture so that you create that space in yourself. We are so disconnected already. We keep on disconnecting even on the mat. So that's the thing, like when you are, how to even move your fingers, how to even being connected to the tip of your finger, to the tip of your tongue, to the crown of your head. It's about knowing each and every body part that you have. That's what I incorporate. And along with that, I teach people things that they can incorporate in their day-to-day life. If you are, for example, if you are having bloating, what could you do at that time? So you will, I'll tell you things that could be done when you are feeling bloated. If you are not able to sleep, what kind of practice you could do that can make you feel sleepy? What you feel very sleepy, you want to feel energetic, you have an important meeting. What can you do just before that important meeting that suddenly you feel that energy rush? Because your breath holds all that within you. You just don't know how to channel your breath. You don't know from the gross how to get to the subtleties of your mind. And breath is that only channel that exists in your physical as well as in your mental. So it becomes like, to sanitize yoga here, we have sanitized it so much that we have like also left the essence out. I want to bring that essence back in, because that's where the truth, the juice lies. And especially like with today's world, that where we are so much connected in outside, but there is zero connection inside, it's very important to bring that back. It's very important to, stay grounded, whatever like makes you feel doing that. Not everything that I might teach resonates with you. That's fine, because every person changes yoga according to you. Like you are going to do things that resonate with you, and not like how I'm telling. And that space should be given by the teacher. That space should be provided to you, because it's the sacred space. I'm holding the space for you so that you can change, transform, and make your own self in a way that resonates with you. So it's not my journey, it's your journey. I'm in assistance there. I'm just helping you out with the tools. That's how I feel like it's different from like what we see it here.
I've always thought that the first step is awareness, but I'm sensing like there's almost something that comes before the awareness from you. And I want to say it's that putting yourself in a spiritual place, or a place that you're open to that awareness. Or is there a step before awareness?
Like once I think so, it's the awareness. I don't think so there is a step before that, like unless I'm not catching up on your thought. To me, it's the awareness of even like the things that you are not okay with, whatever is troubling you. It's the trouble that creates that awareness, and then you start finding the solution. It's like on day-to-day life, you are opening the door and you feel like, oh, the hinge is not working. Oh, I see a problem. Now I'll try to find a solution. I'll find an oil and I'll put the oil in the hinge. The oil will not come till the time I'll figure out that there is a problem in my door and I need to figure out. And then it's the figuring out the root cause, that it's actually the hinge which is causing the noise and I'm not able to open the door. You can apply the same analogy in anywhere, to be honest. Like, why my knees are aching, damn, you are not moving it, you are just using them, right? Day in and day out. What is causing your knee pain? Maybe it's because you are never using your ankles at the same time. The muscles around your knees are so weak that they are not supporting your knee anymore. So what you could do around, like, to build up that muscle. So it's the same analogy. You find out the problem, then the root cause, then you will go to the solution. Yoga becomes sometimes the solution. It comes to the end, but the awareness, I feel like, is the beginning of the journey.
One of the things that we hear a lot is women in overwhelm, too much to do, things like that. Do you have a go-to practice or a mantra that could help that woman in overwhelm or overwork mode?
See, we are going to be always overwhelmed, overworked, because we are not aware how we are going to create our boundaries. So like, and it's the blessing in disguise. We can do multiple things at a time. What my go-to thing is, I know life is very demanding. So I ask for just 10 minutes, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes like while you are going to bed. Those 5 minutes just before you are drifting to sleep, and as soon as you get up, those are like golden 5 minutes where like if you bring the awareness before you get up and before you start giving out, if you can just spend those 5 minutes in connecting with your body just by deep breath, either by deep belly breathing or like any kind of breathing that you could do, like that right there, you get the power back into your hand instead of like, letting other people use it. It's like a very small change that I saw, like that shifted my my day to day. And like it's not that demanding even, right? It's like 10 minutes out of how many, 24 into 60 minutes,
Sure.
right? So it's just 10 minutes that is being asked. Then you can build over it if you need to, but you will start seeing a change just by spending those 10 minutes every day, like with consistency, just before the bed and after getting up.
A non-negotiable.
That's the non-negotiable. Yeah, for sure.
Do
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask if you had any other non-negotiable wellness rituals that you practice.
I do. Like when like I was thinking about it the other day, like what do I do, like no matter what, wherever I am. So fire is very important in yogic tradition, because fire is the element that brings transformation. Like you put food in fire and you put it under pressure, it gets cooked, right? You put food in your body, it's the fire in our digestive system that like assimilate it, that like changes into energy. So any excess fire can burn, but at the same time, it's the fire that we need in our day-to-day life. So every morning, before I even take a sip of water, I like to give that water to sun, to fire, to like this, just a small prayer that I keep on reminding myself of, that keep that fire alive in me. Because till the time we have that fire, maybe that is the purpose. Till the time we have that fire, that purpose, we know the reason of getting up every day. Like that we forget so many times in our day-to-day life is like, oh my God, it's another day. Why do I want to even get out of the bed? There is nothing to do. Although we have like 1,000 things to do. It's like, I don't feel like doing that. So like I pray to that fire that stay there till the time I'm alive, be with me so that I know my reason to get up every day. So yeah, that's my another non-negotiable. Yeah. Just before, like empty stomach, before I drink water every morning, I do that. It's just like a small ritual. I don't know
Love it.
Yeah.
No, I think prayer and mindful, I mean, the way that you're talking is in line with everything, right? The more that we can go within, the better we are without.
Yeah, I feel like, because again, there are things that I have been always a person who go with the flow, but then this whole journey of yoga and like teaching yoga have taken me to a different side where I need to plan, I need to do things and see and vision and have a mission about things. For that you need a lot of zeal, you need like a lot of motivation. And sometimes I feel like just because like you're going with the flow and like you are always so chilled so that's the other side of it. So like I'm like, oh please fire, stay with me.
Although I don't know if, I think sometimes we think flow is chill, but flow doesn't have to be chill.
No,
flow is doing what's in front of you.
Yeah,
that's necessary.
It's like not resisting, because resistance create chaos at the same time, but sometimes resistance is important too.
That's absolutely
right. So like it's like life becomes little easier when you are like, why the heck this happened with me? It happened. Those are the cards you are being dealt with. See how you're going to play it, big girl. It's as simple as that.
See how you're gonna play it, big girl. Let's go. We are out of time, but you have so much going on, and I personally, I love your Instagram. First off, how can people find you? And what are you excited about right now? What are you doing that we should all be doing with you?
Okay, so I have like my regular practice that I do early in the morning. You can find me on YouTube.
What's early in the morning?
It's 6:30. 6:30 to 7, it's like breath work. And then 7:30 to 8:30 regular everyday class. It's online.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all online. I'll find you right where you are. There
Amy
is no
just lit up.
excuses.
Oh, yes, I did.
At 6:30 in the morning, you're going to find me in bed, but I can breath work in bed.
I can breath work with you at 6:30.
It's
On
great.
camera. I'll
Yes,
have my
on
makeup done
camera.
already.
Wow.
Like you show up as if however you are going to show up, you are beautiful.
6:30 in the morning, breath
Yeah.
work with
You don't have to have
Yeah.
the camera on, right?
No. You need to have camera
Oh,
on.
okay.
I'll be watching you like a hawk. It's like you are not doing it. I know you are sleeping.
I would be. I'm up at 6 p.m.
No, I know. I'm not saying that to you, but I'm like,
All right. So breath work, yoga.
yep.
What else can we do with you?
You can find me in different events around Twin Cities. Like I'm going to be I do usually pop up yoga classes in parks, and yeah, it's like you can keep that on check on my Instagram. That is at Flow with Aero, and you'll get all the updates there.
So easy to find. You made it really easy for listeners to find you.
Yes,
Yeah.
Flow with
Yeah, we'll
Arrow.
put 'em in the
Flow
show
with
notes.
Arrow.
Yep.
We'll put it in the show notes.
But with one W. There is no two W's. I don't know why I did this to myself, but it's FLOWITH.
Funny. So, any last words of wisdom for that woman out there that just needs maybe just a golden nugget from you?
I would say instead of doing it all, feel it all. Feel it.
Feel it all.
Feel everything that is happening. Whether you are angry, whether you are sad, feel it all. Express and process your trauma right here. Don't keep it for tomorrow. We already have a lot of baggage. So process it right now. Find your poison, how you are going to process it.
That's a great mantra.
Yeah.
Feel it all. Just
Yep.
feel it all.
I'm a Cancer
Beautiful.
moon, sun, and rising. Me feeling it all looks way different than other
Yeah.
people. I'm just saying. That may look a little messy, but I'll work on it. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a fast.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. If something we shared sparked a new idea, gave you a fresh perspective, or simply made you feel seen, we'd love for you to pass it on. Share this episode with a friend, a colleague, or a fellow powerhouse woman who's walking her own journey. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time, keep showing up, keep rising, and remember, there's no ceiling you can't break through.